Jefferson Memorial Funeral Home and Gardens is home-owned and operated by the Seal family. I've known Eddie Seal and his son Adam for over 25 years. They're community-oriented and, more importantly, good folks who know how to take care of people in their time of need. That's how Jefferson Memorial became Trustful's funeral home and cemetery. Jefferson Memorial is located at 1591 Gadsden Highway. You can call them at 322-0543. Before your need arises, let Jefferson Memorial family take care of your family.
Welcome back. Well, Scott, let's talk about our players of the week this week. And we decided for Hewitt we're going to go with somebody on the defensive side of the ball. And we went with Simon Miss Kelly, who made some great plays in this ball game against Gadsden City.
Simon really did. He's actually had a great season. So I'm glad to see that we're going to single him out and name him our player of the week for Hewitt Trustful.
And for Clay, we went with Quentin Young, who had the big rushing night, 160 yards, 2 touchdowns, and really making that offense even more balanced at Clay.
Yeah, and really you could go with Willie Miller or Nico almost any week, but this was a stellar performance by Quentin. He really put on a show and just dominated on the ground, very deserving this week.
And for Pinson, we went with Kamel Chavarest, who was one of the few bright spots. He had a couple of really nice runs in this game against Minor. Other than that, they didn't do a whole lot offensively.
Very deserving, no quit. He gave it all he had and should be the MVP this week. Good decision.
All right, it's prediction time, Scott. And we'll start with Hewitt versus Grissom, a team that's lost 13 straight games now, this Grissom team has. They gave up 67 points to Huntsville High last week, lost 67-13. Looks like this should be an easy win for Hewitt.
Yeah, and Grissom's lost 13 straight. We're going to make it 14 straight. This is not going to be an upset. Hewitt is going to dominate this game from beginning to end. I'm going to go with Hewitt Trustful 49, Grissom 7, and the only reason I think Grissom gets 7 is because Josh Floyd will empty the bench in the second half.
I'm with you on this one. I think Grissom probably doesn't hold Hewitt under 50 points. I think it's going to be 56-7. Well, the big one this week, Clay and Pinson.
Yeah.
Big rivalry game. Historically a very close ball game. How do you see that one playing out this week?
Well, without the paws and claws, it becomes a bigger rivalry. It was always a big rivalry for the Pinson people, but the Clay people tended to focus more on the Trustful game. Now I think you're going to see them turn their attention to their neighbors in Pinson. Pinson traditionally plays very, very well in this game. In fact, they've played Clay off their feet in most of these matchups. 2 problems this year. Pinson is still trying to find their identity. And even when Pinson did play Clay off the feet, they lost all 3 games. I think Clay Chalkville wins big. I think Pinson's going to struggle this week. I'm going with 31-10. It could be worse.
Well, I like this game a little bit closer than you. I think this is the game that Coach Glover has to have circled. I think this is the make or break point in the season for them. I think they're going to play them a lot closer. I like Clay in this one 34-21. I think it's close for a little while. Clay pulls away at the end. I just don't see Pinson having enough weapons to win the ball game, but I think they're going to keep it a little bit closer. All right, that's our show, folks. We'll be back next week to recap all these ball games. For Scott Buttram, I'm Zach Steele. Good night, everybody, and happy Labor Day.